All right, let's get into concerts and operas and the DJs and these types of things that are in our world that we all go to this kind of mothership to, and we become one spirit, one community, and doesn't matter if you're black, white, blood, crip, whatever, we come together and celebrate the harmony of man. Okay? So these things that we go to tell us a lot about things and where we've been. And the classical concert, you have this stage set before you, have these instruments and people, and it's kind of half real and half fake, because if it's a real band, they're being amplified by the so-called soundboard in the back that nobody really sees, okay? And this is kind of tying into your Oz and this projection that we live in and those types of things, okay? The trance DJ or the techno and such, he is part of the show. He's up front. You know everything that's going on. You know the music is fake and all those kinds of things, okay? The classical music, opera, you have the one person there singing, taking full command of the show, or you got this conductor there and he's doing his energetic impulses to get the band to move, and you see everything going on in that way, and it's from the men and it's natural, and there's no amplification needed and those types of things, okay? And then also it's built into the earth with the amphitheater, and it amplifies everything. So this is around in our world, all around us, okay? And we live in the concert area of the old, where you have the band or entertainer in front of you, and you have the sound guy in the back, and you have this whole team, production or whatever, putting together this show. So that's where you see the world stage, and America is that world stage and those types of things. So we're that center stage for that concert. You go to this big concert, go to like the Rock Fest in 95 at the Speedway. You got a venue over here, a venue over here, a venue over there, and then you got the main stage, right? So that's kind of where we're at with America as that main stage, and the extras, the extraterrestrials, illegal aliens, all that kind of stuff, we're all playing out in a symbolic form here as these things are being shown there. So when we think about these things and aliens, and we're the aliens and they're operating through us and whatever, right? And the man is where beast and God meet, and we can be son of man or son of God. But think of it as we're all at this mothership, and we're all watching this person work these dials, all right, frequency to landing, all these things, okay? So, and then you got the trans lights or the techno concerts with all the lights and smoke coming down, or the regular concerts, you got the lasers and all. It's kind of like a UFO landing in there, right? And you're going into that mothership, that dome. That's why all the domes look like a kind of a spaceship or whatever. You go in and out or whatever kind of thing. So that's where we're going back into these time frames where we know we are that alien civilization living on here, because the beast, the animal, the lowest chakras and stuff are all going to go away as the age of Jesus returns. But as the age of Jesus comes, the age of Satan comes with it, because that's where Jesus is telling you he's Satan. And then also the aliens come into role, because you see like Egypt and the ancient aliens and all these things we're told all go together. Well, Israel and Israel, whatever, that's the god of Egypt. All right, and the Egypt is the electronic Egypt when the flood comes upon the earth, the currencies, the crypto, the world's colliding, and those types of things. But either way, folks, willing to hear, we live in these concert venues on a world stage, and it's the 3-in-1, and those are kind of the 3 concerts you can go to in a way. So the visible tells you about the invisible, and the projection you live in or whatever. And then also, the wife shows me a video today of Neil deGrasse Tyson talking to William Shatner and Colbert on the show, and he's talking about heliocentric. Well, it all sounds good until you actually start to think about it. Okay, so they tell you the truth, and then they laugh at it, and you just disregard or whatever. So basically telling you the heliocentric model is full-blown garbage. All right, we are magnetized to this earth through the oxygen we breathe because it is paramagnetic, and we have different metals in our blood, and these metals can be interchanged or whatever through what we eat and our environments or whatever. And this could be where the iron is being taken out in one way and replaced with graphene, which makes us more electrified, or mercury or whatever. Some of us as a kid played with mercury in our hands or whatever. Jeremy, Sean, just don't eat it. I don't care if y'all play with it, but do not eat it. All right? Okay. So we played with it. We got to play with it, but we didn't eat it. But then they did us put it in the old mouth and all that kind of stuff. So multiple levels going on. And then my mom tells me, do not eat that. And then when I get to be older as a teenager or a young adult or whatever, I hear there's mercury in the things. So I'm like, the fuck? Like, they were adamant, don't even touch it. Like, they tell us, you can't even touch it. Don't play with it. Don't let your kids ever play with it. Oh, Lord. They don't want you playing with it because it's the second element next to the sun, the light. So you probably need to play with this little mercury in your hand or whatever to get some downloads that your body can like handle or whatever, because your body can process eating this, that, and the other, but when it gets overloaded or it crosses over the blood-brain barrier, that's when you have a problem. Okay, so and then also the things that the new temple, the new age of man or whatever, the way I see it, and we've gone over some things before, but the new age of man is whatever, where we've gone in and come out and detoxed in different ways, and now we're able to energetically interfere with the Wi-Fi. And this is where I've heard stories, and back in 2020 when the dreams and visions were given, I know a couple people that were getting the downloads and seeing stuff or whatever, and then now present day I'm being told by 2 people at work they're getting downloads and these types of things. So I know these things are happening, and I know there is a new age and a new type of man coming, or alien in the man, or however they want to project it onto the world stage as far as that main stage, because you got to have the us and hour of the God, and us and hour of the God is the time for hour, and then you are God. So that's another conversation, but the us of the hour of that God is the United States, and where we can do all things, but this thing where you can't do all things, and this full of hate and whatever, okay, it's all being kind of gathered out and cleansed and whatever, and these 7 lights of the old, this old lab rat and such is all going to be taken out, which it's already been taken out in a way. It's just waiting for the Pandora's box to be handed to them and unwrapped in different ways. But the rats of Nim basically will be taken into a new lab or new projection, or going into these time frames, and then but this projection's also broken up into kind of probably those 12 tribes, to where you see the cowboys coming out of it, cowboys and Indians in one way, and all these things they've been shown that kind of never was. That was just kind of that propaganda to get you to go and create that new world. So this projection that we're being shown, the tele vision, is giving you a vision of the future in a hard copy, so it programs us in a soft copy to go off into these things, but then also the church and the hospitals, the chemicals you eat, all these things work together to pull you into that light. Okay, so you don't want to be in the light. You want to be holding the candlestick by the handle and not be in the actual flame. Okay, so when you're in the flame, that pure light is when you can't understand the darkness that's around the room, because that candle can only light up so far. So that mag is already broke open. So when you get into those corners away in the darkness and that light, you get trapped in that garden. And the garden has already been, that auto pen is being closed up, and now it's being moved into the La La Land for the Christmas spirit. And that goes into the video I just did.